Yaparella is back in the house, y'all, when it comes down to Love Island. I don't know how you guys feel about like the Love Island content. However, I just wanted to talk about it because y'all know I ended up getting so invested, and I just feel like so many more things are happening as soon as they left the villa and the show is now officially over, which, by the way, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Okay, click off this video right now because I am going to be talking about the winners before we even talk about anything else, okay? What did you guys feel about the finale? Okay, like this is like one of the main things that I want to talk to you guys about because I'm just like so thrown off by this. By the way, okay, I have to say, Amaya ended up becoming like literally my favorite person in the house. I just felt like she was so full of energy. I do have to say, maybe because I don't know, I was raised to like not be emotional, that like I feel like Lowkey, if I was like around her or friends with her, I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know how to handle so much crying because oh my gosh, she does cry a lot. But I really like her because like seeing her in her little zoomies and see the way she like runs around and she's so happy and so giddy. I'm like, oh my gosh, she has like such a positive aura to her that I'm like, I really ended up liking her, and I really ended up liking her with her man, which Lowkey forgot his damn name right now. I literally forgot his name. I was gonna say Pepe, but Pepe was not the one. No, Pepe was with Iris. Why did I forget his name right now? Completely forgot his name, but Loki, I really am happy that they won, and I totally was rooting for them because I do have to say, although it seemed like they were together only for a little bit of time, I do feel like out of the bunch, the final four, I feel like they had the most real connection, okay? Which wasn't saying too much because I'm keeping it real with you guys. I didn't really see too many real connections. Keep in mind, this was my very first time watching Love Island. I've never watched any other Love Islands before. Y'all know I said on my last Love Island video, like, I'm just not like a love competition person. Like, they come across as phony to me. They come across as like, I don't know, people want to be messy and fake that they're in love and, you know, kind of make it seem like to the audience, like, oh my gosh, like we really have a thing going. But then low key, they're just like players, you know what I mean? And they're trying to play the game to win the cash prize. You know what I mean? Anyways, out of the final four, I do have to say, though, I feel like they definitely deserve to win. And I'm so glad that America chose them to win because they definitely seem like they had the most authentic connection. And I really do hope, maybe it's just the romantic in me, I really do hope that they like end up making something work because they really do seem like a good pair. And I love the fact that I'm hate. I'm so mad at myself right now that I cannot think of his damn name. I love the fact that when like she was talking about calling people babe or whatever, that he stuck up for her and he was like, that's what we do. Do you know what I mean? Like, y'all know in the comments, every time that I'm commenting back to somebody, I always say boo. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a habit. Like, literally everybody that I talk to, I'll be like, oh, hey, boo. Like, it's just my, you know, vernacular. That's just me. And like, if somebody were to tell me, like, oh, I don't like you, you know, telling me that, or I'm like, that's how I talk. I talk to everybody like that. You know what I mean? So I really did like the fact that he stuck up for her, and it seemed like they hit it off ever since then. Talking about the finale yet again, though, okay, the main thing that I wanted to talk about the final, we have other things to talk about though. The main thing that I wanted to talk about, y'all, is please let me know what y'all felt about Huda breaking it off with Chris. By the way, Chris to me seemed like such a nice gentleman. He seemed like such a nice person. I have to say, okay, and I'm rolling with my opinion. Y'all know I'm going to stick to my opinion, okay, forever and always. And even though it really does seem like I am probably the only 1% of people out there that don't like Huda. Actually, you know what? Not even 1%, because I do got to keep it real. Like, I was being nosy looking at her, like, Instagram, and then seeing, like, if you look, like, Huda Love Island on Twitter, like, search that up, you guys can see, like, damn, there's a lot of people that actually dislike her. But I have to say, like, majority of you guys really do like her. My friends like her. I'm like, oh, but I got to keep it real, though. I'm sticking with my opinions over here. You know, when they were having conversations and, like, Chris was like, can I finish my statement? It's things like that. And maybe it's because of things that I have been in my life before with certain, even friends, not just relationships, but also in relationships as well, that I get triggered by people. Like, if I'm speaking, I let you have your 10-minute rant, you know what I'm saying, about you getting your feelings out. And then as soon as I start to speak and you interject, cut me off, like, don't let me finish my thought, don't let me finish my sentiment, I end up getting pissed. Like, that triggers me because I feel like when you're having a, you know, respectful conversation, it goes back and forth. It's not just like cut off, cut off, cut off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like she really needs to chill out. You know what I mean? I do have to say this though. I'm about 40 minutes in right now of watching her podcast on the Call Her Daddy podcast. And I've already seen some things that she talked about with like her and her dad, and that he was very abusive and things like this. So you do start to realize like, oh, it makes sense why she is the way that she is. However, I know she is still young, but I hope that these are things that she works on because, like, low key, those are not good characteristics to have. Also, I got to keep it real with you guys. When it came down to her breaking things off with Chris, I found it to be really weird that like so many people were taking Huda's side over this because he genuinely seemed like he liked her. Like he seemed fond of her and he seemed so, I don't know, like into her, like in a cute way. You know what I'm saying? But then when she was like basically low key trying to like snuggle with him and almost seeming like she wanted to hook up with him and kiss him in the room, like under the covers, but then wouldn't kiss him in front of anybody else, I was like, oh, that's low key giving player vibes. Like I feel like that's typically like what people do when they're like, you know, playing the field. They don't want people to know that, oh, we got a thing going on. So they're like being secretive about it. And I think that he was very valid within his points of saying, like, hey, like, I don't like that you could kiss me while we're under the covers in the dark room, but you can't kiss me in front of everybody else. Like, he literally was like, can I get a kiss? And then the fact that she's like looking over to see if people are looking at her, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, to be honest with you, like, there was a lot of things low key that I was just kind of like, okay, she seems cool. Like, she seems like she could be a fun girl. However, seeing her with Jeremiah and seeing her with Chris, I was like, whoa, specifically seeing her with Jeremiah. But I do have to say this, though, she is literally the most followed from Love Island. So I have to say, like, I just have an unpopular opinion. It seems like everybody really does like her because being that she is literally more followed than Amaya, and Amaya won the damn show. Yeah. By the way, can I just say this too? Speaking about the finale, not my light literally dying in the middle of that. Ugh, I hate being with my janky equipment, but I gotta do what I gotta do while I'm on the road, and especially to get up these daily uploads. What I was going to say is, isn't it a trip that her and Chris ended up like placing third place? Like, I was kind of tripped out about that. Like, honestly, I was like, what? Like, if America only knew when they were doing the voting that she had just broke things off with him, I think that that's like such a trip. Anyways, y'all, what do you guys think about Alandria and Nick? Because I'm gonna keep it so real with you guys, okay? I liked them both. Y'all know specifically, I think, ooh, it's between Amaya and Alandria, I think, who are like my two favorites from the show. It's so crazy because I feel like I love the groundedness of Alandria. I feel like she's just so classy and well spoken. And I don't know, I just love her energy. Like, she just seems very positive and she seems like she knows how to articulate herself well. But then I love the fun side of Amaya. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, I don't know, they seem like a really good time. Anyways, what I was going to say is, and because this is like no shade, because I really do like I thought Nick was a nice guy. I really liked Alandria. So no shade. But they kind of were like the couple that makes me be like, yeah, this is why I don't really like these types of shows, because it seemed really fake. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it was like, yes, America kept like having these little moments to have them back together or whatever, but clearly the spark wasn't there. They seemed like just friends. And obviously, yes, they were making out and things like that, but it was because of the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't feel a genuine connection there. I almost felt like, obviously when they got the boot together, they were like, okay, let's couple up so that way we could stay on the show. But then obviously when it came down to like the recoupling and things like that, they were like, oh shit, like we have nobody else to like couple with. They have to choose each other. So it just seemed like they didn't really have any choices. So therefore they were like, okay, screw it, let's just make this work together. But it didn't really seem like they had a love connection. It seemed like they definitely were friends, but you know, not like in love. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and talk about some of this drama that is going on right now. Because if you guys know that popular streamer, his name's Kai. I can never say his last name. I don't know if it's Senat or Senat. I don't know, y'all. Very, very popular streamer. He had Jeremiah on his stream, and people, of course, were asking about Huda because seeing the whole thing transpire, and honestly, this is why I got to keep it with you guys. I know everybody has a different perception, but seeing Huda with him kind of was like, oh, damn, like this is a bit much. Like, low key, I felt like she was totally pushing him away. I felt like she was just too aggressive. I felt like she was just too emotional, too just much. Do you know what I mean? But I guess apparently he had his flaws too. And I guess he was like love bombing her. And I guess that he was like, you know, kind of making it seem like he was the jealous type as well too, very early on, which I feel like they would have low-key been a very, very toxic couple if they were actually like a real couple. So I guess while he was on the Kai Sinat stream or whatever, I think he streams on like Twitch or Kick or something like that. People were asking about Huda because obviously now they're outside of the villa now, so they could start answering questions and going on podcasts and, you know, doing all these types of things. So I feel like a lot of things are going to get really messy soon because I feel like the truth is going to be coming out. By the way, I had seen too, while I was in the middle of watching the Huda and Call Her Daddy podcast, I had seen that she did a podcast with Amaya as well too, which I gotta watch. Like, I'm gonna be so far behind on these, but anyways, I'm gonna watch them. But anyways, I do want to go to play this clip right here to where he is talking about Huda. Check it out.
Yeah, what was your vibes on Rip for her though? It was,
I ain't
it was
gonna lie.
really
I'm gonna
good.
be honest.
Yeah.
I like.
Be
I
honest.
feel like she a little crazy.
Oh shit.
But I feel like that's from like past
Relationships. Yeah.
Yes. So I already blame her.
You know what they say? Hurt people.
I
hurt
think she's a
people.
little toxic.
You're not getting shit.
No, I'm not English. They're gonna drag me if I speak in that.
Really?
No, because look, I'll avoid talking about her in those same obsessed, and then I do talk about her in the same obsessed. So I'm at this point, I just can't.
But it's not crazy to say if you thought she was tripping a little bit.
No, because I already did in my past interviews, so it's like I'm not gonna keep. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I gotta say, I feel like right there, because obviously he was like, ooh, let me plead the fifth on this. I think that's probably good, because there is so many Huda fans out there. Like, I feel like, oh my gosh, like people really did love her. And I think the reason why they loved her is because she was really authentic. I feel like she was really real. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like when a lot of people watch these shows, just like I've said in my last video and I said within this one, I feel like a lot of these, love competition shows can come across as inauthentic. I do feel like she was authentically being herself, which... yes, it was a little bit on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it was a little bit much in my personal opinion, but at least she was being authentically her. So obviously a lot of people resonated with her. Now, I do have to say, though, what Kai had said within there is that he feels that she is the way that she is because of past relationships. You know what I'm saying? Which I think makes perfect sense, especially... Like I said, I'm only like 30 to 40 minutes in the Call Her Daddy podcast, and I'm like hearing her talk about her dad. I'm like, oh shit, like this all makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like you get to see why she is the way she is. But I really do think that she does have to work on that, because I feel like she is going to push people away. Also, I am so sorry. I'm just always going to be a firm believer in this. I feel like there's something lacking within your personal life if you get so attached to somebody so quickly. Do you know what I mean? I never really feel like that's a good thing, because that could lead to very easy heartbreak, which it shouldn't be that easy to get your heart broken. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you meet somebody and known them for 4 days and you're already building up, this limerence and building up this whole like, oh my gosh, like I'm building a future with them in my head. I'm like, that's not good. It's really not good. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyways, moving on. A lot of people were questioning Sierra, which, by the way, okay, a lot of people are saying that she should be invited back on, and I was very surprised to see this, because y'all know I made a video about Sierra, and obviously I have an unpopular opinion, because I know this day and age, everybody wants to cancel everybody, but I was seeing a lot of people say, hey, she gave a very authentic apology. She was holding herself accountable. She should get the opportunity to go to the tell-all, because they're going to be doing the tell-all, which, by the way, I have a bone to pick with freaking Peacock. Like, why is the tell-all not going to be until August 25th? I'm going to be on a damn cruise then. So I'm so triggered by that, because I want to see this tell-all so bad and obviously do a video about it. And I'm just like, it's on the freaking 25th. It's like the show ended like what, July, I don't know, like 13th. You know what I'm saying? Like why would it take that long? A month? Over 1 month? That's so annoying to me. But a lot of people are saying that she should be invited back onto the reunion. However, there were people saying, yeah, right, Peacock is not going to allow that. But if I didn't articulate myself well enough in my other Sierra video, I really do feel like context is key. Do you know what I mean? I feel like, yes, what she said was wrong. Yes, it was offensive. And yeah, she should apologize for it 100%. However, I do feel like in the context of what she was saying it, like, you could totally tell that it was like an innocent mistake. Like she was not educated on it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I would have her be back on there. You know what I mean? Anyways, I guess a lot of people were asking her, of course, like, how does she feel about Nick and Alandria being together? And, sorry, y'all, I was reading the wrong entire thing, okay? You know that there was one thing, I actually was watching Spill Sash's video, speaking of Sierra, is I guess apparently, like, she had got on to Instagram or something like that, and then she was like, I don't know, gave, like, a shout out to, like, the hood rats, like, I guess... That's what people online call themselves if they're Huda haters, the hood rats. But apparently she had thought that hood rats were her supporters. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe it could have been a play on words. And it's so funny. I could totally understand how she would think like the hood rats would be like her supporter name. Because Lowkey, me and my biscuits. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like, I don't know, I would have something like that. But this is what she had said right here too. She said, slowly easing my way back online and genuinely thought this was the name of her fandom / supporters. Too much info to absorb at once. My girl will get a giggle out of this when she sees. I guess a lot of people were mad at her for saying the hood rats because apparently that's what the Huda haters online call themselves, is the hood rats, which I think it could go either which way. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of these words obviously depending upon the person, do you know what I mean, can be misconstrued. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, she had made another post right here too, edited before the Huda HQ comes for me for not tagging my girl. Her IG isn't allowing tags. Please know Huda is my sister and the love I have for her is infinite. And for the Alandria Nation, there are two people I care deeply for and absolutely adore. I've always wanted nothing but happiness for each of them in the experience that has never and will never change. So yeah, I guess a lot of people were bothered because they posted this picture right here. You guys can see all four of the girls, and apparently people were like, wait, why didn't you tag Huda? So they were thinking that there was some type of beef, between them, which, sometimes a tag just don't work. You know what I mean? Honestly, y'all, sometimes when I go to tag people on Instagram, I get so triggered because I'm like, even when I'm following the person, it doesn't come up. So I don't know. I just don't take it that deep, but a lot of people do. Anyways, I do have a little bit of a Sierra update to my last video. If you guys didn't check it out, it's up on my channel. She had posted this right here. Unfortunately, for those who wish harm on me, I carry nothing but love in my heart. For my life, the people in it, and every waking moment I get to spend on this earth. What should be a collective opportunity to address derogatory language and the harm they carry has instead snowballed into an excuse for cruelty. And I'm sorry, I believe in that. If you guys checked out my other video, I was like, why are people trying to fight hate with hate? Why are people being more hateful to her than her ignorant comment? Do you know what I mean? Still, I refuse to let misery find company here. I'll keep living with love, presence, and gratitude, especially in the painful moments because they too shape who we are. Absolutely. I like her. I'm sorry. I have every belief that all this energy can be alchemized into something with real impact. Oh my gosh, it's a little blurry, y'all, because I stole this from Spill Sesh. If even a fraction of it was used to uplift the community directly impacted to continue amplifying Asian voices and their healing, imagine how much further we could be as a collective. Be kind to someone today and tomorrow and every day after that. Love will always go further. I really like her message, and honestly, y'all, I have to say, like, I really do think that I really feel like, damn, she's getting so much hate. And this just goes to show, just like I had said before, I really do believe that there's a lot of people out there who hop on this like hate wagon. Do you know what I mean? Like they see somebody getting hated and they're like, oh my gosh, like let me bash them too because I had a rough day at work or because I can't stand my living situation or I hate my partner. So let me take it on them. That's kind of what I felt like with her. And I just feel like it's too much. Honestly, I really do. And I just always feel like fighting hate with hate is never, I'm not even trying to be a cliche ass bitch by saying that, okay? But fighting hate with hate is never going to work. Like I've always been taught two wrongs don't make a right. Like it's literally, you know what I mean? Like also too, I guess what really bothers me about this whole damn thing and like fucking triggers me is that I'm like, look at the context of which she said it. Like she didn't say it to somebody. She was just ignorant. Do you know what I mean? And she apologized for it. Like, it's crazy that people don't have grace, but whatever. Anyways, that is it for my little rant about Love Island and it coming to an end. And I think that I'm going to start watching Love Island because I've really ended up liking this, honestly. By the way, a lot of people are saying, though, that they want to see like Huda and a couple other cast members from the show come out with a reality show. I'd be interested in that too. Just saying. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.